Please don't be that tourist. You know, this person with a flashy, distinctive look walking in the street screaming, I'm American, I'm American. Instead, in this video, I will give you 10 tips to really blend in as a tourist in Europe. Bonjour, I'm Alice, I'm French, and I'm also living in Paris. And in this video, I will show you 10 things American tourists shouldn't absolutely not wear in Europe this summer. In fact, there's absolutely nothing wrong to look like a tourist, but for a few reasons I'm going to mention, it is better to look like a European if you travel to Europe. The first one is, of course, safety. If you look like an American tourist, you have more chances, and especially in Paris, to get targeted by pickpockets and to get robbed also by pickpockets. Pickpockets love American tourists here in Paris for the simple fact that they really think that you bring more cash with you, you have more money. They really see the dollars, okay? So they really love to target American tourists. Another reason will be also to be more comfortable during your trip. It will be easier for you if you look like more an European than an American, especially in Paris and France. You will get more connection. It will be easier for you to connect, to blend in, and you will also get the local experience you want to get. And the first thing you should absolutely avoid to wear in Europe is the backpack. Please forget the utilitarian sporty backpack. I'm really thinking about Eastpak, for example, or this big hiking backpack you will bring with you during your trip in Europe because you want something very practical, but it really doesn't look good. And if you are wearing that in France or in Paris, for example, because I live in Paris, so I will really base this video upon my experience in Paris, you will get targeted as an American tourist. It really screams American tourist, and the worst thing about it, it really screams I want to get robbed, because yes, here pickpockets in Paris they love people, American tourists who wear backpack, because usually what happens when you walk in the street of Paris, they will be behind you, very open your backpack from behind. And most of the time, a lot of American tourists get robbed this way because you absolutely don't feel anything. You don't even feel that someone is currently opening your backpack from behind you. So this is the worst thing you can bring with you is a backpack in Paris. Forget it. Another thing you should absolutely not wear is the fanny pack. So forget also the fanny pack here in Paris, and it really screams tourist. And another thing about the fanny pack, it is so easy to open it, especially if you are taking the public transportation. Easy to open, to slip and end, super easy for pickpockets. So please forget any backpack and fanny pack. So the question anyone is asking me a lot in this channel, what should you bring? What type of bags should you bring here in Europe if you are traveling in Europe? So the thing I all the time answer, and you know, on this channel you will find a lot of videos about bags in Paris. You should absolutely bring a crossbody bag you can zip. Also forget your super expensive designer bags, because usually also pickpockets love to target people who are wearing Chanel, Hermes or expensive designer bags. It really also screams tourist with money, and there's a lot of chances that you get robbed just because you are wearing a logo designer bags. Second thing you should absolutely not wear in Europe, American tourists shouldn't wear in Europe, is the legging and all the athletic leisure. In Paris, in France, for example, we are not wearing athletic leisure unless we are doing some sporty outdoor activities, such as walking the dog, for example, going to the gym, running outside. So we don't wear athletic leisure on an everyday basis. This is the main difference compared to America, because I live 10 years in America, and especially in Boston area. And in Boston, a lot of people, I will say everybody, was wearing athletic leisure on an everyday basis. This is absolutely not the case in Paris, okay? The daily uniform here in Europe and in Paris, for example, is a jean, a t-shirt, a blazer. Now the shoes tourists should absolutely avoid when you are traveling in Europe, and it's also based on my experience. The first type of shoes you should absolutely avoid it is forbidden to wear that in Europe, is the Crocs. I was extremely shocked to see a tourist a few months ago when I was visiting Versailles, Versailles Castle, the Château de Versailles. I was shocked to see a tourist wearing Crocs. Let me tell you something. This is absolutely disrespectful. If you are wearing Crocs in a big museum like Château de Versailles, you are not at home. You are not relaxing at home in front of your TV or, I don't know, in your room. You are not at home. To give you another example, it was like me coming to the Château de Versailles wearing slipper. I don't wear slipper, okay? If I'm visiting a museum in Paris, I will never wear slipper. This is the exact same thing. So please don't wear your casual shoes when you are visiting a museum. Another type of shoes tourists should absolutely ban in Europe and shouldn't wear in Europe are flip-flop. It is so casual. Flip-flop are so casual. Parisians don't wear flip-flop. Usually big cities in Europe, we don't wear flip-flop unless it is Barcelona, unless it is a big city near the beach. It is extremely frumpy, so frumpy and so casual that it's almost disrespectful, especially if you are visiting formal places like museums. Another thing tourists shouldn't wear in Europe are logo and designer brands. Usually tourists love to wear head-to-toe logo and designer brands. Yes, in Paris, Parisian people, local, European, don't wear logo and designer brands. Europeans don't wear logo and designer brands first because in our culture, people are very quite luxury. Very quite luxury. Here in Paris, for example, wealthy people hate to wear logo and designer brands. They hate to get this bad attention. They love discreet, niche, luxury and expensive brands. This is very cultural here in Europe. People don't like to scream, I have money. And it is very different compared to the States. Another reason you should absolutely know in 2024, if you are visiting Europe, you should be extremely careful because the economic situation is not good in Europe and especially in Paris. And there are more and more pickpockets and extremely violent people who love to target tourists who are wearing designers and logo brands. Be extremely careful. It is not safe to walk with Chanel and Hermes bags today in Paris. Another thing American tourists shouldn't wear in Europe is sexy and revealing clothes. If you are coming in Europe, you are not coming to Las Vegas. But Paris, Italy, or Greece are not Las Vegas. And the European style is very well known to be a little bit more conservative and elegant. If you look like how Italian women dress, how French women dress, how Parisian women dress, usually we love to be feminine, classy, a little bit sexy, but we always try to look elegant. The next thing American tourists shouldn't wear in Europe is baseball caps. Let me bring a little bit of nuance about the baseball caps because here in Paris, in Europe, it is very trendy. More and more young people, I would say the young generation, and women like me also, we love to wear also baseball cap, but we only wear baseball cap for outdoor activities such as walking my dog, for example, going to the gym. So usually I dress very casual, a little bit sporty, and I wear a baseball cap. But I don't wear the baseball caps on an everyday basis. I will never ever wear the baseball caps, for example, at work. I will not wear a baseball caps when I take the public transportation, for example. On an everyday basis, I do not wear the baseball caps. Another thing tourists shouldn't wear in Europe if you want to blend in and look like an European is university sweater. This is something I saw a lot in America, is the big oversized university sweater with the big letter, the one very frumpy, super oversized, boxy, frumpy, with the big capital letter, Harvard, Princeton, for example. Please don't wear it. It really screams I am an American tourist, I want to get robbed. It really screams something like that, actually, because nobody wears that in Europe. Another thing American tourists should not wear in Europe is the outdoorsy jacket. We all have the outdoorsy jacket we love to wear when we go to hiking, when we go to walk the dog, for example, for the gym. This is mine actually from Ateliers. I love this outdoorsy jacket. I wouldn't wear the outdoorsy jacket if I'm going to explore Paris. It looks super casual. So don't wear your outdoorsy jacket here. If you are worried about the rain, especially in Paris, it is super rainy, wear a trench. You can wear a long, simple trench coat. Everybody is wearing a trench coat here in Paris. This is super local. Another thing American tourists shouldn't wear in Europe is the sporty sneakers. Of course, Europeans wear sneakers. It is super trendy here. And in Paris, you will spot a lot of New Balance, Stan Smith, and Converse. Everybody is wearing Converse here in Paris, but we don't wear the sporty, frumpy, super casual sneakers. Avoid the one you will wear for hiking. For example, you are not going to hike in Paris. Avoid this type of super sporty sneakers and go for a smart city version. To give you another example, this is the last pair of sneakers I just bought from Cézanne, because usually for spring and summer, I love to wear white sneakers, and especially sneakers with sole. I love the platform sneakers. This one are from Cézanne, and they are not in leather actually. They are, I think, in cotton, so super comfortable. If you're coming in Europe this summer, you can switch from your regular leather sneakers to something in cotton, actually in tissue, cotton or canvas. This is way more comfortable and breathable. And the last thing American tourists or tourists in general shouldn't wear in Europe is what I call the tourist uniform. For summer, for spring summer, the usual tourist uniform is a Panama hat, for example, sunglasses, and the Hawaiian shirt. The Hawaiian shirt is super American, but I will call it the perfect tourist uniform. Panama hat, big sunglasses, and this, frumpy Hawaiian shirt. This is for you guys, for men. If you are visiting or traveling to Europe this summer, please avoid this tourist uniform. In Europe for summer, we do wear Panama hat. We don't wear a baseball cap, of course, but we do wear Panama hat. This is the kind of Panama hat, for example, I love to wear when I travel to Greece or even Spain. I bought this one in Ibiza, actually. I bought this one a few years ago. This is a real Panama hat. I love this one. Extremely elegant, extremely chic. I love to bring this one with me when I travel to Europe every single summer. So this is the kind of Panama hat we would wear, but we don't wear the super big sunglasses with that. And of course, men, please guys, it is for you, avoid the Hawaiian shirt. Go for the regular elevated shirt in linen. Avoid the big, the big colorful pattern. I call it Hawaiian usually, with the big ananas, for example. So go for a regular linen shirt in a beautiful neutral color, such as gray, white. Of course, white is super chic for summer. White, black, gray, brown, camel, of course. Go for something that is a little bit more neutral, basic, elevated and chic. Avoid the big, colorful pattern. So especially if you are traveling to a summery destination, such as Greece, Italy, if you want to look like an European, go for something that is a little bit, I will say, a little bit sartorial, okay? A linen shirt, a linen blazer, a long short, a long bermuda. That's it for today about the 10 things that American tourists or tourists in general shouldn't wear in Europe. Please do let me know what you think about this video below. If you have any question about what to wear in Paris, because I live in Paris. So this video is based on my experience in Paris, but usually for summer and the rest of the year, I love to travel in Europe. But if you have any question about what to wear in Paris, what to wear in Italy, what to wear in Spain, for example, if you have any questions, please let me know below this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to check all my videos about what to wear in Paris. If you love also some shopping tips in Europe, please do check my other videos, and I see you very soon for another one. Bye.